And I had to come and share this with you, okay? Because I had one hell of a revelation tonight. Rejection can lead you to the right place. Let me say that again. Rejection can lead you to the right place. And I'm going to tell you how. See, when you run up against that rejection, you can't take it personal. You can't personalize it. You can't think it's an attack against you. Okay? Because the minute you do that, then you're going to change the whole dynamics of the situation. But see, what God is telling you, no, I don't want you, this ain't your hookup. Because the person I got for you will understand you, okay? Will accept you. And this goes for relationships too. Because if you go back and look at some of them people that you really, really loved them and they didn't love you, but because you learned from the experience from them, then you found somebody that could appreciate that, but you had to go through some pain and you had to go through some hurt to learn that experience. You see, and now that person, now that you can look on it 2020, who you thought you was in love with, who was the apple of your eye, you now see you'd have made a big mistake. See, now you can look back and see, damn, boy, if I had went that way, man, look how they turned out. That ain't nothing like look what I would have had to put up with. See, that's why they say hindsight is 2020. You know why hindsight is 2020? Because that's something you have gone through. And you can now look back at it. See, it ain't 2020 when you're in the middle of the storm, because when you're in the middle of the storm, man, you trying to hold on. You reaching for anything you can get. Okay? When you're in the middle of the storm. But when you go through the storm, see, you can look back at it and see what your mistakes were. See, learn what your next move could be. And see, and listen, and that can come from rejection. A lot of y'all upset, man, because stuff ain't going your way and you're taking it personal and you stop right there. You don't look no further because you're taking it personal. And that's what taking it personal will do for you, man. It'll make you sit still and be moping and groping and beating a dead horse. See, that's all. That's what, man. And if you think I'm lying, some of them same people that I told you about that had your nose open. See, and don't come up in here like you ain't never had your nose open. I don't care. I got two people in here, and both of y'all done had your nose open at one point in your life. Now, somebody done had your nose open that you would bend over backwards for. And now that you can look back on it like, shoot, man, look at the mistake I would have made if I had went down this road. Look at the mistake I would have made. And then there are going to be those that took you for granted, counted you out, badmouth you. See, them the ones that going to be, goddamn, he made it. Oh, shit. Damn, that fool made it. I didn't think he would be able to do it. And look, he done it. See, you're going to shock a lot of people, man. So if listen, that's like you know, if you have this desire to go and buy something and then get in the store and it's got a long line, see, that should be a signal to you, maybe I ain't supposed to buy this. Because if you were supposed to buy it, you would have went right in and walked right up to the register. But sometimes delay. See, a lot of people look at delay as something bad, and it could be a blessing. See, a lot of y'all looking at delay as bad. Man, that could be a blessing in disguise. Stopping you from making a decision that normally you wouldn't make. And it's just putting some obstacles in your way. Okay? Hold on a second. Let me see what you're saying here, man. Hold on a second. I got to look on my other phone because it's let's see, what'd you say here? Hey man, you're welcome, Shot. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm just, I'm looking at this situation. I reached out to a dinnerware manufacturer, and basically, he's told me I ain't got time for this. Now I could have took that personal, but like, okay, and I poked him a couple times just to see if he still was going to be consistent with what he was saying. Because if I could get him to crack, then maybe just keep poking at him. Just keep poking him. What about this? What about this? What about this? And if I keep getting the same response, okay, maybe I'm up against a brick wall. But in this case, I said, well, let me look at something different. I'll just, look at something different. And something caught my eye. And first thing in the morning, I'll be on the phone. I'll be on the phone. And see, and had that person accepted my offer, I wouldn't have had a need to go and look for nobody. See, nothing else would have caught my eye. See, if that person had said, okay, I can do this. All right? But when they told me I can't do it, I said, well, let me see, can I find somebody else? And see, and how I'm going to handle it. See, once I get a prototype in my hand, then I'll send him and say, see, this is what I was trying to tell you right here. This is what I was trying to show you that you couldn't see. See, that's how I'm going to do him. And he going to wonder, and I'm going to tell him, and it's made in the United States of America too. That's going to pour the salt in the wound. And it's made in America too. I found somebody that's got the time that could see my vision. See, excuse that, y'all. See, when somebody can't see your value and can't see your worth, they're going to reject you. Let me say that again. When somebody can't see your value and can't see your worth, they're going to reject you. And that could be in business, on the job, in a relationship. And you can be doing everything right, but it ain't good enough. And see, and since I'm talking about this, I've been down this road before. Let me tell you what I discovered. See, when somebody's trying to put some distance between you and them, you can't never do nothing right. Let me say that again. When somebody's trying to put some distance between you and them, you can't never do nothing right. Everything you do is going to be irritating to them. And the least little thing that ain't got nothing to do with what's going on between y'all is what's going to set them off. See, that's the excuse they going to use to make their move. And if you notice, it's always something stupid. Always something stupid. He'd be like, where'd that come from? Because they've been plotting all along. And now they see they out, they're going to take it. They think. But see, them the people you don't get upset with, you don't get mad with, but you learn from them. Because 9 times out of 10, they taught you something. You don't realize it, but they really taught you. One, they taught you how to love. See, when you put up with some bullshit from somebody, you love them. They might not love you, but you love them. And that's the most important key. Why is that, true conductor? Because now you know what that is in your heart. See, you've been exposed to that love in your heart. You just gave it to somebody that couldn't appreciate it. You see, that's what you got to realize. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Something's wrong with them because they couldn't appreciate it. Okay? So when you start looking at stuff like that, man, it eliminates the bitterness, the anger, the resentment. See, they wasn't ready for you. It's as simple as that. And a lot of y'all want to change. A lot of y'all want to try to be somebody else instead of being yourself. See, because when you ain't got the stress and strain when you being yourself. You got the stress and strain, when you be on your P's and Q's, when you trying to be somebody else, when you trying to impress. See, that's when you make mistakes, when you're trying to press and be on you instead of being yourself. You see? But that person, that rejection, just taught you how to love somebody that really can appreciate it. And I tell the world, a black woman taught me how to love my wife. That's who taught me how to love my wife, a black woman. From her rejection, I was like, well, let me try this on my wife. And it worked. It worked. So, hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Why are you stressed out? Because can't nobody appreciate who you are and what you bring to the table. Why are you insecure about that? Why? Because of what people are saying? Is that why you're insecure? Because you worried about what they're going to say to you? How they look at you? And their lives ain't even no better than yours. And you worry about their opinion. And their life is worse than yours. But you value their opinion. That speaks volumes about you as a person. See, that's what you are afraid of. That person that's inside of you. See, because a lot of y'all don't, instead of getting mad at rejection, man, take a look around you. Because like I told you, if you go somewhere to purchase something and it's clogged up, maybe it's trying to tell you, you don't need to be in here spending no money. I learned that about the lottery. Sometimes I want to play a lottery number. Man, I go in for the lottery and they got a long line. I ain't getting in that. I ain't getting in that. I ain't gonna spend my time. If I can't walk up and buy the number, it ain't for me. If I go into a store and it's maybe that ain't what I'm supposed to spend. You see, so start looking at rejection as a blessing instead of a curse. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? You need to turn that into a blessing instead of a curse. Let me see what's it. It is. It is. It is. And like I told you, man, if you've been in a relationship and you were true and honest and you gave it all you had, why you got your head down? Let me ask that question again. If you've been in a relationship and you gave it all you had and it didn't work, why you got your head down? Why you upset? Why you feel rejected when you gave it your all? Why are you feeling rejected? Because nobody could accept your all. You know, when you trying to be good to them and they think you trying to buy them. That's what I tell you, boy. Them kind of people, they always ain't nothing you can do right. Nothing. If you around somebody that you can't do nothing right, you need to say, hey man, just go on and leave. Just you don't need an excuse. Just go ahead on and leave. See, nip it in the bud. Then they're going to want to start singing a different tune. Because they see you on to what the game is. Okay? See, that's how you deal with them. When you can't do nothing right, they say, man, listen, do you want to go? Go ahead. Go on, go. And notice, every time before they go, they got to hit it one more time. They got to hit it one more time. Come on, let me have it one more time. No, go. Ain't no one more. Go. Go. Says there ain't nothing I can do right. Go. Save yourself a lot of headache. Start looking at rejection in a different way. Look at it as a blessing. Because if something ain't working, boy, it's trying to save you out of harm's way. When something ain't working, it's trying to keep you out of harm's way. And some of y'all still bullheaded and hard-headed and finesse your way, still do it. And it blow up in your face, and then you're, I should have listened. But it's too, oops, I'm sorry, it's too late. Anytime you hear, oops, I'm sorry, it's too late. Just that simple. Man, I had to come back up in here and share this Rejection is what a lot of people are dealing with right now. Rejection. That's why they're so angry. That's why they're so insecure. Because of rejection. You see, they dealing with it. You got little kids making all kind of decisions because they're of the rejection that they're receiving. That's right. That's why they buck wild crazy. Because of the rejection that they're not receiving. See, so come on, man. We all got a part to play in this. What is it that you rejecting in your life? What's rejecting you? That's causing you to be the way you are. Because you dealing with some kind of rejection from somebody, either on your job or in your personal life. You're dealing with some rejection. That's why you're mad. That's why you're upset. Because you're dealing with rejection. And everybody got a boiling point. Everybody got a boiling point, man. Don't care who you are. It's just so much shit you gonna take. And people can't hold you responsible for your action. Because you took a lot of shit. So, I'm telling you, I'm glad now that man told me he too busy. Because I'm determined to make my idea happen. So let me look somewhere else. You ain't the only one in here. Let me look somewhere else. And I saw something real interesting. Real interesting. And I'm going to be on it first thing in the morning. But see, had I had it my way, I'd have missed this. Had I had it my way, I'd have missed this. And see, and Christians, people of God, he gonna use rejection sometimes to protect you. Children of God, he gonna use he I don't care how much you love him or her, but he gonna use rejection to protect you. Because you might get tired of with something that you really regret. Yeah, man, when that sex is good, shit, everybody's in love. When the sex good, everybody's in love. But as soon as you start falling out of love, sex ain't good no more. Too much tension. So everybody in love. When that stuff good, everybody. I don't care who you are. You getting your boots rocked, man. You in love. Hey, look at Joe Smith. The basketball player whose wife is on OnlyFans. And she told him, you knew what I was when you married me. Or when you got with me, you knew who I was. And she run into some rejection. And what's the first thing she do? Bust it open to get some money. Because that's what she used to. That's what she used to. And see, we gon' gravitate to what we used to doing. How we used to being. That's what we're gonna gravitate to. So look at failure, man. Look at rejection. Just because you failed at doing something means, man, that might not be what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe God has something better. You know, my grandson is on a Broadway play about Louis Armstrong, A Wonderful Life. They was just in New Orleans and Chicago, and he met this agent, and this agent said, well, he hired him for one job. Then he recommended him for this one. He said, go and audition for this. I think you're gonna be good. And the man that is playing Louis Armstrong is actually pantomiming. The trumpet is my grandson that's playing the trumpet. And they needed a bass player. So he asked his mom, should he recommend one of the guys at his school? Well, this guy was playing locally in all of the clubs, but he would never invite my grandson to play. But he would play locally, and my daughter said, yeah, don't you treat him like he treats you. Invite him. Tell him about it. And the boy came and auditioned and got the job. And then the rumor started at school that my grandson was on a job, on one of his jobs. And it was the exact opposite. Okay? Just because people reject you don't make you no less of a person. It doesn't make you less of a person because they can't see your value. And that's the only reason they're going to reject you. They don't see your value. They take you for granted. And stop holding your head down because people are taking you for granted and can't see your value. You've located that love in your heart. You know where it is now. So when the right person comes, you can go right back to that love in your heart, man, because you know where it is. But if you never discovered it, who knows if you would ever find it? And that's what, especially in a relationship, rejection is going to show you the love that's in your heart. Because when you truly love somebody, you try to overlook that rejection. You give them a pass. You put up with some stuff. When you love them. And see, and that's some love you done discovered in your heart. And when the right person come along that can appreciate it, that enjoy it, man, life is wonderful. You end up like that. For real. You'll end up like that. I tell you, man, I'm not ashamed. A black woman taught me how to love my wife through rejection. And it worked. It worked. So, you know, be wise about how you're dealing with rejection. Don't take it personal. It ain't personal, man. It's the process you got to go through. The question is, what did you learn from it? That's the question. That's the question you need to constantly ask. Man, what did I learn? What did I see different? What would I do different? Instead of moping and groping, and feeling sorry for yourself. Because that's what rejection gonna do. When you start taking rejection personally, it's gonna make you feel sorry for yourself. It's loaded with self-pity. And believe it or not, man, that's what a lot of people thrive off of, self-pity. That's what makes their world go round. Damn, Bernie, thank you, man. Shit. Bam! I needed that. Bam! Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. No, seriously, man. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And see, the bottom line is you knowing who you are. Everything and everybody got a definition. Let me say that again. Everything and everybody got a definition. And you need to define who you are. Example, I am a strong, loving, confident, no nonsense, kick your ass, compassionate, loving father, husband, and son. I can define myself. And the way you define yourself, be honest about who you are. You know nonsense, you know nonsense. You just don't take no crap. And most people get it confused. And don't confuse it with anger. I'm just no nonsense. I don't tolerate a lot of bullshit. And a lot of people think that's mean. No, you got it twisted. It's no nonsense. It's not mean. It's no nonsense. That's what it is. And see, when you know who you are, and can't nobody come and tell you who you are. They can't come and tell you who you are when you know who you are. And when you know who you are, then you're going to carry yourself a certain way. Any and everything don't get your attention when you know who you are. You know, when you have confidence in yourself, see, ladies, your default move is not to bust it open. When you got confidence in yourself, when you believe in yourself, anybody can bust it open, and you don't know who watching you. You don't know who watching you. All you doing is trying to count the money. You have no idea who watching you. But you want the money. That's your default move. But you can't come out here with nothing positive and get the same results without having to degrade yourself, put yourself down. How come you can't come up with a positive idea and get the same results, make the same kind of money on something positive? Why does it always have to be negative? Think about that for a minute. That's the first thing people default move they make is to something negative to make money. How come they can't be positive and make the same amount of money? And not only do they have the problem, you got it too. Same thing apply to you. If your back is up against the wall and you really, man, you got to come up with something negative. Make ends meet. Because you done tried it, doing it the right way. It ain't working. I mean, that's just the reality. But see, the mistake that you make is you start doing it the wrong way when you started out doing it the right way. When you give up and quit and give in to the temptation, that's when you lose the game. When you give in to the temptation. Man, I don't care how fine she is, how handsome he look, how much money they got. If you satisfied, ain't nothing they can do to tempt you. Nothing at all. When you look at it, that do look good. See you later. Because you got some discipline. When you know who you are, you got discipline. You got confidence when you know who you are. And think about it. These women got fake eyelashes. God, they got some fake eyelashes. I mean, they got some fake eyelashes. Makeup, fake hair, fake nails, fake breasts, fake booty, and they looking for a real man. Everything about them is fake, and they looking for somebody real. Are you serious? And most of them are. Most of them are very serious. It's the games people play. Be careful how you deal with rejection. Don't take it personal, man. And that's easier said than done, especially if you're in a relationship and you didn't gave it your all. And people think that you should be the passive one. Well, you should. Because in the end, you might be the one have to give them a cup of water because nobody else will. See, that's why you don't want to harbor any resentment. And you don't know what the future holds. And that could happen. That is and let me give you a good example. My grandson's father treated my daughter like shit. I mean, for real, like shit. And you know who had to end up? He OD'd in a car at a gas station. And DC picked him up. You know who had to go through all of it because my grandson was the next of kin? His son, who was 21 at the time. So that's his next of kin. And my daughter had to end up being the one doing all the work for my grandson because my grandson is at Michigan State. And he's dead here in DC. So my daughter is the one who had to go have him cremated and pick up his ashes. It was my daughter who had to do that. And I don't mind telling you, my daughter was 16 when she got pregnant. Man, I was hot as fish grease. I ain't gonna tell no lie. I was hot as fish grease. And the thing of it is, I had just opened up my shop on Georgia Avenue, the African Tabletop. And I was focused. I was focused on trying to get that business open. Everybody knew my daughter was pregnant but me. And when I found out, I'm like, how come y'all didn't say something? You was busy. Oh, okay. Or that's the excuse you use? Okay, I was busy. And I was. But that's when I found out. And I have to say, man, my daughter never missed a beat with my grandson. Never missed a beat. Went to school, got her bachelor's, helped my mother, dialysis 3 days a week for about 7 years. And she go to school online. And now she have her master's. And my grandson is in a Broadway play on Broadway. He's the product of a teenage mom. And my grandson is a product of a teenage mom. And she never missed a beat. Never missed a beat, man. Proud of the girl. Never. But when I found out she was pregnant, man, I was hot as fish grease. I ain't lying. I was upset. I was upset. Not me, not my daughter. That ain't happening to my daughter. Teenager, 16? Oh no, not my child. Yes, sir. Your child. Your child. And let me tell you something. And I take my hat off to any parent that have to deal with that. Because it ain't easy. It is not easy, man, when you got a teenager that's a teenage mom. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. And she took that rejection and used it as fuel to do the stuff that she did. And when last month, they opened a play in New Orleans. And she went down to opening night. She ain't tell nobody she was going. She went down to opening night. And I said, girl, be thankful that you got the kind of job that can allow you to do what you do. So, but daddy, I work hard. I said, it's a whole lot of people work hard, but they still don't have the privileges that you have. And not only did she go to New Orleans, she went to Chicago to pick him up. They left New Orleans going to Chicago, and she went up there. So I told her, just be thankful. Don't take it for granted that as a mom, you've been able to do the things that you do. Okay? And a lot of people take that for granted. A lot of people take that for granted. A lot of people do. You know? And like I said, she used the rejection. And I told her, we just had this conversation maybe 2-3 nights ago. I said, you know, look how God took your son's father out of the picture. Because it often can be protection, man. Because he would have acted the fool. If he saw my grandson doing what he doing, you know, and he ain't never had time for him, he would have acted a fool. His chest would have been out like this. He'd have been the loudest one, embarrassing everybody. And my daughter didn't have to put up with that. She didn't have to share all of this stuff with him because he gone. But now, had she took this experience, the wrong way, then she would have probably been a high school dropout. But she used it as motivation. And I can tell you, as her dad, she didn't never miss a beat with him. Even when she was riding the bus. They get up early in the morning, man, and go out there and get on the bus. And that's for sure. She'd take him on the bus. Wherever she got to go, she'd take him on the bus. And that was just her thing. And who am I to say no? That's what she want to do. That's what she do. So I've seen that. I've been through that. And I'm just telling you, thank you, man. Thank you, David. Thank you. I'm just telling y'all that sometimes your rejection can send you into the right direction. You'll meet the right person that you need to meet. Well, well, my reservation is up the 31st of December. That's when my reservation is, the 31st of December. And I've learned a lot, man, being in here. I ain't lying. I done learned a lot. I done learned a lot being up in here, boy. I didn't believe that. Yes, I have. I have experience, and I have learned, and I have grown a lot in here. I really have. And that's the part that I guess you can say is kind of invaluable, that you can have that kind of experience. And my thing is, when God is ready for me to blossom and bloom, man, I'll be there. I'll be right there. Peace, Steve. Good night to you, man. I'm gonna be leaving here shortly myself. Um, I don't want to own a, well, that might not be a bad idea. That might not be a bad idea. Own hotels all over the world so you can help people. That might not be a bad idea. That might not be a bad idea. That's a pretty good idea. That's a pretty good idea. Cause I got to tell you that uh, it is a lesson, and not only is it a lesson to live in this environment, there are a lot of people in it. I didn't realize so many people have resorted to living in a hotel. I had no idea that this one of the cameramen who I met down at the courthouse. One day we was talking, and he said, "Man, where you live?" I said, "I just got evicted. I'm in a hotel." He said, "Man, me and my wife, we've been in one for 5 years now." He said, "We've been living in a hotel for 5 years." And he said, "It has its advantages and its disadvantages. We got rid of a lot of shit that we didn't need. And, it has its advantages and disadvantages." A lot of people. It's a lot of people living in a hotel, man. A lot of people. That's just the way they live. That's just the way. That's the service. And I ain't talking about no cheap hotels either. I'm talking about some of these expensive hotels, man. It's people that's their home. Well, we're gonna see, man. My dinnerware idea is gonna take off, y'all, this year, and I think that I'm glad the rejection that I received. Because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have discovered. Well, I'm gonna show y'all. Let me get it first. Let me get it on paper. I mean, then I tell you what it is. I ain't gonna tell you what it is before I get it on paper. If I get it on paper, I'll tell you what it is. But I think I got this one on paper. I think so. I think I got this idea on paper. I really do. I feel good about. I feel good about the company. I feel good about it. I really do. I have a good, positive feel about it. And see, maybe that's what. Well, I'm sure. You know what, David? The only way I can come out of here is a new person. That's the only way I can come out. I can only come out of this place as a new person. Otherwise, I'm gonna be experiencing the same thing every day. So when I come out of here, and you know what's gonna be so crazy? When people see a different environment, go, oh, True Conductor, where you at? Where you at now? What you doing? We used to seeing you in the hotel. You ain't in the hotel no more. See, when my environment changed, I ain't got to say a word. I don't have to say a word. Because you're going to ask me, where you at? Because you used to seeing this. And when this changed, man, I've been blessed. That's the only way. That's the only way this is gonna change. I get blessed. And when you see that blessing, you're gonna be like, uh-oh, there he is. He done got into something. Because I will no longer be in here. That's how you gonna know. You don't have to ask. You'll know it. Damn. Boy, you on top of it, man. I like that idea. Maybe. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. But something gonna open up the door. And see, what I'm trying to show you is sometimes rejection can open up the right door for you. Remember that old saying, when one door closes, another one open? Well, maybe when that door closed, you shouldn't take it personal. And see what other doors are open. And how do you know if a door is open or not? Because when you take your idea to that person, you ain't going to have no resistance. That's how you know the door's open. See, they're going to be able to see your vision. And if you'll notice, even in life, when somebody can't see your vision, they don't hang around long. You ever notice that? When people, every day, in your everyday life, when they can't see your vision, they don't hang around long. You don't hang around long. Because you can't see eye to eye. You don't have an understanding. And that's another thing. See, let me give you an example. Now, this is crazy. But I bet some money on it. Last week, a white guy got killed in a hockey ring by a black guy. Some kind of way, the black guy foot hit him in the throat, cut his jugular vein, killed him. He died there on the ice. Now, if I was to look at that spiritually, I would say somewhere in his past, a family member of him killed somebody black. I would say if you would go back in his past, I bet you he had a family member kill somebody black. Bet you that. That's how I look at it. That's the only way a freak accident like that can happen. But most folks say, that's crazy, Truth Conductor. Is it? Because the Bible say the sins of the father will go down to the second, third, even fourth generation. And notice the sin passes through the father. Not the mama, the father. Anyway, man, I just want to, just come here, man, and try to share some everyday. Stop fretting yourself over rejection. Don't nobody want you? Man, you still be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. That's who you got to worry about. Be true to you. And when you true to you, see, you can see when somebody coming up lying to you because they ain't going to feel right. When you learn how to be true to yourself, man, when some deception come upon you, it's going to give you the creeps. When you start being honest with yourself, see, and somebody come in your presence, they ain't man, you ain't gonna be comfortable with that. And don't negate that. That's a mistake a lot of people make. See, they get this feeling and they and move on and then get hurt. Okay? All right, y'all? Thank you, man. Bernie, man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I'm out. I see y'all later.